Respectful discussion between Islam and Christianity.
Has the Bible been distorted?
Previously.
As for our book, there is no contradiction with the mind, and there is no suspicion of distortion in it. The Holy Quran is complete, with no omission or addition, and it is present in its original language and with all its sentences as it was revealed, just as it does not contradict reason. God is free of any deficiency or error. And the prophets in it are the elite of human beings whom God has chosen for the message. This was my response to the first point, and we will have a detailed discussion on the aspects of distortion in the Bible in the following debates, inshallah.
2 weeks later. In Lebanon, press conference by Pastor Joseph Paul.
Like you, I followed the debate that took place 2 weeks ago between Dr. Muhammad Radwan and Pastor John Adams. Dr. Muhammad Radwan has claimed that the Bible has distortion. I tell him that the Bible has no distortion in it. And I invite him to come here in Lebanon to present his point of view. Welcome Dr. Muhammad Radwan in Lebanon.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you for accepting the invitation of Pastor Joseph Paul. I watched your debate with Pastor John Adams. As a Christian, I see what you have presented well, but of course this does not mean that I have believed in your religion. But I'd like to make an important announcement. Your debate with Pastor Joseph will be unlike any you've had before.
Dear Peter, I don't see a debate as a competition. I see it as a friendly discussion to present different points of view. Pastor Joseph invited me to come and present my point of view, so I came.
Here we have come to the place of debate, Dr. Muhammad. Let's see what happens in it. Dr. Muhammad. I welcome my friend Dr. Muhammad Radwan to his second country, Lebanon.
Thank you, Pastor Joseph.
In my beloved country, Lebanon, we, Christians and Muslims, have been living as brothers for centuries, with no quarrels or disagreements between us. We live as friends in peace and love. I invited you today, Dr. Radwan, to hear from you. Our debate system today gives you a lot of time to explain what you are saying, and I will discuss with you from time to time. And I asked Dr. Muhammad Radwan, at the beginning of his speech, to answer some important questions before presenting his point of view. And these questions are, Muslims believe in the Torah, the Psalms, and the Injil that they are books from God, and they believe that they are distorted. While their book, which is the Noble Quran, was not distorted, so why did God preserve the Noble Quran only? Why didn't he preserve the rest of his books? Was not God able to save his books? Dr. Radwan, let's begin by presenting what you have.
Thank you, Pastor Joseph. Thank you all. At first, I will answer the questions of Pastor Joseph, which were, Muslims believe in the Torah, the Psalms, and the Injil that they are books from God, and they believe that they are distorted, while their book, which is the Noble Quran, was not distorted. So why did God preserve the Noble Quran only? Why didn't God preserve the rest of his books? Was not God able to save his books? Dear Pastor Joseph, I will start by answering the question, was not God able to save his books? My answer for this question is, if God wants to do anything, he will do it. God is able to do anything, so the question is, did God promise to preserve the Torah, Psalms and Gospels? The answer is, no, God did not promise to preserve them. God promised only to preserve the Holy Quran. So you can see that the Holy Quran is 100% preserved. God said, verily it is we who have sent down the Dhikr, that is the Quran, and surely, we will guard it from corruption. The Holy Quran 15:9. God did not promise to preserve the Bible. God promised only to preserve the Holy Quran. So you can see that the Holy Quran is 100% preserved. God said, verily it is we who have sent down the Dhikr, that is the Quran, and surely, we will guard it from corruption. The Holy Quran 15:9. And to answer your question, why did God preserve the Holy Quran only? I answer you. First, we humans cannot comprehend the full wisdom of God's will and fate, but we only know what we need to learn and understand. We humans do not say that God should do this or not do this. We are servants of God, and God does whatever he wants, but we only can say that God does not do this because he said so. Second, according to what we know, the Torah, the Psalms, and the Gospel were sent by God to the children of Israel in particular. As for the Noble Quran, God sent it to be for all people to be the seal of the messages. There is no prophet after the Prophet Muhammad, may God bless him and grant him peace, and there is no book after the noble Quran. Third, the heavenly books are messages from God to mankind, and memorizing the book is linked to the application of what is in it, and the application of what is in it is linked to the people to whom it was sent. They are prophecies from God for people to know, and commands from God for people to implement. Let us take an example of a king who sent a message to one of his governors, but the governor distorted it, hid its content and other than what was in it, then told those around him that the king had ordered something that he did not command, so the governor exploited the message for his greed. The king punished the governor, but did not remove him from his position, then he sent another message, so the governor repeated what he did, then the king punished him, then after the passage of time the governor returned again, then in the end the king dismissed the governor and delegated the state to someone else, so he obeyed what the king sent to him. Look, my brother, the first governor did not implement what was in the message and distorted it, and the second governor obeyed and preserved the message by implementing it, so the distortion is linked to whom the book was sent to, and they are the people to whom the book came and they distorted it.
If what you say is true, why only Muslims did not distort their book? What distinguishes them?
The answer is, as I told you, Islam is the final message, and God made it for all nations. The final message is not a message after it. If it is distorted, religion will be lost. Therefore, God promised to preserve his final message, which is for all nations, which is the Holy Quran. And as for your saying why only Muslims? The answer is that God warned the believers against negligence in fulfilling the right of the book in its trust. You can find similar parable in Matthew 21:34-44, Mark 12:1-11 and Luke 20:9-19, which is called the parable of the tenants. Jesus told children of Israel that the kingdom of God will be taken away from them to be given to another nation. Read Matthew 21:43-44, 43. Therefore I tell you, the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a nation producing its fruit. 44. Whoever falls on this stone will be broken to pieces, but on whoever it falls, it will grind him to powder. Read Matthew 21:43-44, 43. Therefore I tell you, the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a nation producing its fruit. 44. Whoever falls on this stone will be broken to pieces, but on whoever it falls, it will grind him to powder. He prophesied about the nation of Islam. I think I have answered your questions, Pastor Joseph. I will now talk about distortion in the Bible. In my talk, I will focus on 4 main types of distortion, and they are: 1. Distortion in talking about God, in a way that is not befitting of His majesty and greatness. 2. Distortion in accusing the prophets of the worst major sins and moral crimes. 3. Distortion by omission, which is distortion by concealing and deleting texts from the Bible. 4. Alteration by addition, which is the distortion by including texts that did not exist in the Bible. In my talk, I will focus on 4 main types of distortion, and they are: 1. Distortion in talking about God, in a way that is not befitting of His majesty and greatness. 2. Distortion in accusing the prophets of the worst major sins and moral crimes. 3. Distortion by omission, which is distortion by concealing and deleting texts from the Bible. 4. Alteration by addition, which is the distortion by including texts that did not exist in the Bible. I will explain each of them in detail, inshallah.
Excuse me, Dr. Mohammed Redwan. I would like to participate in this debate.
To be continued.